Alright, welcome to Tony's Timepiece Review. Today, March 10th, Friday, 2017. And tonight, this is my second watch review. And we're going to talk about the Movado Museum. Uku is meowing. She's the producer of the show. Let's say hi to Uku. Say hi, Uku. You say hi? Why she gets angry, I don't know. She's jealous of the camera. I always do a later one on Friday when I've had a few beers. But we're going to talk about the Movado Museum and what draws me to the Movado timepiece collection. As a collector and aficionado, normally I would stay away from someone like Movado just because they're mass-produced. They are a luxury brand, but generally they're just one of those watches that people buy to say, hey, look, I have a Movado. This is the one we're going to review tonight. This is a 40 millimeter deep blue dial. It's absolutely fucking gorgeous, man. You know, I'm not going to give you a whole history on Movado. I can just tell you this: what drew me to Movado in the first place. Way back in my late teens, early 20s, when I was playing music. I still play music, but when I was struggling as an artist, and you know, the watch I really wanted was a Movado because it was that prestige. It was that, what's a Movado? It's a museum, and they were expensive, man. They were really freaking expensive back in the day. So before I could afford anything, you know, like a Rolex or, you know, name it, any of the high-end timepieces that I have, Movado were the ones. Movado, I think back in the late 80s to the early 90s, I mean, people were like going for Movado and Tag Heuer, things of that nature. I think even Techno Marine came a little bit later on, and those were what the women wanted. But so I didn't have the money to buy anything really nice, you know. And finally, I'd done my first tour as a musician, started making a little bit of money, you know, not a whole lot. But Movados back in those days were very expensive, a lot more expensive than they are now. And so I got my first Movado, and it was probably a 34 millimeter. It's very small. Today's standards, it would be a lady's watch. But I bought that Movado, and I kind of fell in love with it. This is not the one, because this is a recent purchase. Then years go by, and I've established a watch collection, bought and sold Rolexes and Cartiers, and you know, you name it. I was buying and selling them. And right around 2006, you know, after my watch company folded, because I was a watchmaker and designer, and I did well with it, I just kind of I changed everything about my life, and I literally just got rid of all my watches. And in 2007, I just got I changed my whole career. Everything shifted about my life. So I didn't want to have anything in my past to be associated with anything that I was doing then in 2007. So I literally bought this is the piece, and I bought this Movado at Zales at the mall, and I paid full retail for it. It was the first watch I think I ever paid full retail for. But like I say, I was changing everything about my life, and I was getting into a new career. And I think I paid around $750 for this watch at Zales back in 2007, which in today's terms, you know, I mean, and this is about a 38 millimeter, I think. And I've just had it since 2007. And I wore this the entire time. Look at that. There's me. that I worked for a certain company. So I wore this for 2007. I wore this watch every single day for about 3.5 years. Every single day. Didn't care about other watch brands, anything. I didn't even follow watches. I just wore this Movado, and you know, changed the straps many times. In fact, I have a alligator strap on it right now with no buckle. But so, you know, then after 2010, things changed again, and you know, now all these years later, I'm back in working at the same company I was at back in 2010, and so I decided to sort of keep the trend with and I bought this Movado with the dark blue dial. I've literally only worn it a couple times, but I just have this affinity for Movado, you know? I mean, it's one of those department store, you know, high-end luxury brands for department stores, you know? I mean, collectors that really are aficionados don't really wear Movado, but I don't give a shit. I'll wear what I want. But Movado, you know, you can look at a million reviews and their history and all that. I'm not going to go into the history because it doesn't matter. They were 1800s. They're owned by a company in, I think, New Jersey now. So, but, you know, sapphire crystal, you know, it's real pretty, this blue dial. Again, I think it's about a 40mm case. I'll just try it on the wrist. And it's got a shitty leather strap on it. In fact, I changed the strap to a blue lizard strap, which really brought out the color, but then I took that strap off and put it on another watch, and I just put the black Movado strap back on. But you know what? I don't care what anyone says, man. You walk around with this timepiece on. It's a beautiful piece. You know, you should never be ashamed to sit there and go, well, it's a Movado and cover it up, you know. I mean, it's a nice watch, you know. Sapphire crystal, 40mm. It's comfortable. I never wear it. I should probably wear it a little more than what I usually do, you know, with other watches, because I just have so many watches sitting that I never wear. But, you know, I really like this piece, you know. It all stemmed, this was the second Movado that I owned, and I've owned this for a long time. And I bought this just as sort of like an anniversary thing. I kind of celebrated an anniversary, and I felt like this was a good purchase for that. And I should probably wear it a little more than I do, but having said that, you know, it's a good piece. So, cheers. Live life, love it. I say this in some of my videos, you know. It's not what you have on your wrist. It's who you are as a person. You know, wear a Timex, it don't fucking matter, man. Wear a Citizen, it don't fucking matter. A Seiko, you know. Just be who you are. It's not all about wearing something to, you know, impress people, you know. Because the funny thing is, I can wear this Movado, I think $495, $500 now, as opposed to $750 back in 2010. Smaller, 38mm, $500, 40mm, dark blue dial. And I could actually wear a watch that costs $5 grand. I could, you know, and no one would ever say a damn thing about it, you know. And I'm cool with that, but I'm just saying I could wear that, no one would know. But if I wear the Movado, people always go, "You wearing a Movado?" It's a recognizable watch. It's a great watch. Probably one of the reasons why I don't wear it is when, you know, just so I don't have to go, "Oh, it's a nice Movado," you know. Whatever, just me. All right, peace out, later.